include Olivia Juliana. Of course! Aaron Parnas! Oh my God! How many more years of Trump bad do you think you're gonna be able to do? All right, chat. Taylor Lorenz has published a fucking expose, and this makes so much sense. I was talking about how conversation on TikTok was so stupid and dog shit that I didn't understand why anybody would watch it, and now it all makes sense. A dark money group is secretly funding high-profile Democratic influencers. Initiative aimed at boosting Democrats online offers influencers $8,000 a month to push the party line. This should be illegal. This should be illegal. All they have to do is keep it secret and agree to restrictions on their content. Come the fuck on. In a private group chat in June, dozens of Democratic political influencers discussed whether to take advantage of an enticing opportunity. They were offered... chat, I want you to know, I was not offered this money. I was not offered any money. The Democratic Party doesn't seem to think that I'm a good bet. But the contract sent to them from Chorus, the nonprofit arm of a liberal influence marketing platform, came with some strings. It mandated extensive secrecy about disclosing their payments and had restrictions on what sort of political content the creators could produce. In their group chat, influencers debated the details. Should we send a joint email with all our email addresses, or are we just going to send things separately and hope they change everything for everyone? Lorenz, a non-binary creator in Columbus. Oh, I can't wait to see this.
My child said they weren't fed lunch today. We're working on a solution. What happened? I don't want my child going hungry. Our principal, Mr. Trumpet, cut 18 million school lunches for kids. You know his big, beautiful bill? I've heard of it. It cuts 18 million school meals. It's a lot of programs that people depend on. Well, Principal Trumpet said he...
This is like they were trying to farm clips for libs of TikTok. It's like they're subsidizing libs of TikTok with more content to make fun of. The sauce is negative sauce. $8,000 a month. Some joked about collective bargaining. Any Newsies fans here? Eliza Orleans, a public defender and reality TV star known for appearances on Survivor, posted in the group. We're a union just by saying so. I guess she's like an Instagram person.
I'm Eliza Orleans, career public defender for 15 years in Manhattan, and I need to tell you about what just happened at the FBI. The Trump administration just announced that Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey will be appointed co-deputy director of the FBI. This appears to be the first time in FBI history that they've split this role.
Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. That's the message. We're going to pay people to make Trump bad content that they were already making. The influencers in the chat collectively had 13 million followers across social platforms. What we need right now, this is why we're in trouble. What we need right now is a movement for something. We need a movement that's trying to achieve change. It's never gonna, this kind of shit. They've been doing it for 12 years. How many more years of Trump bad do you think you're gonna be able to do? They represented some of the most well-known voices online posting in support of Democrats, and they're key to whatever the party moves next. But ultimately, the group didn't make much progress. Reading through the revised Chorus contract list, you win some, you lose some. A reproductive justice influencer named Pari, who posts on their hand, are women in America. I also think there's at least 4 other things that should change, but the vibe I got from their email would there be minimal, if any, changes. I don't feel strongly about pushing, to be honest. Aaron Parnas! Oh my God! This evil sack of shit! This guy may be the worst internet poster I've seen. He's fucking trash. He's like MSNBC if you hate like quality or intellect. If you think that MSNBC is too smart for you, you watch Aaron Parnas. For years, Democrats have struggled to work with influencers. In 2024, President Joe Biden's white... So in other words, these are all the people that don't say anything about Gaza. Is that right? These are all the cowardly fucking rats who don't stand up against an actual active genocide that's happening. Disgusting. In 2024, President Joe Biden's White House snubbed several prominent content creators after they lightly criticized the administration over its policies on climate change, COVID, Gaza, and the TikTok ban. Content creators who challenged Kamala Harris were similarly unwelcome at campaign events. After the Democrats lost in November, they faced a reckoning. It was clear that the party failed to successfully navigate the new media landscape. Okay, the difference between the right and the left is the right wing, they chase wherever their base is, and they let people organically pop up, and then they support those people, right? On the left, The Democrats try to pick the most sycophantic, corrupt, evil pieces of shit who don't care about anything but themselves and their own careers, and they prop those people up. The Democrats hate their base. The Republicans fear their base. And this is the perfect example of this. They fucking hate you. They fucking hate you. They've got to find the most corrupt little rats to prop up. New Democrats hope that the secretive Chorus Creator Incubator Program, funded by a powerful liberal dark money group called the 1630 Fund, might tip the scales. Yeah, this is not sus. This should be criminal. Honestly, I think these people should be arrested for campaign finance violations. The program kicked off last month. The creators involved were told by Chorus that 90 influencers were set to take part. Creators told Wired that the contract stipulated they'd be kicked out and cut off financially if they so much as acknowledged they were part of the program. Influencers included in communication about the program and an onboarding session from those receiving payments include Olivia Juliana. Of course! Olivia Juliana and David Pacman. So basically, it's all the people who are genocidal fucking maniacs, cowards, and pieces of shit. Jesus fucking Christ. But following the initial outreach, many creators expressed concerns about some stipulations. According to copies of the contract viewed by Wired, creators of the program must funnel all bookings with lawmakers and political leaders through Chorus. Creators also have to loop Chorus in on any independently organized engagements with government officials or political leaders. If I want to work with another politician, I have to fully collaborate with them. If I get Zoran and he wants to do an interview with me, I don't want to give that to them. Creators of the program are not allowed to use any funds or resources they receive as part of the program to make content that supports or opposes any political candidate or campaign without express authorization from Chorus in advance and in writing. Contracts prohibit standard partnership disclosures, declaring that creators will not publicize their relationship with Chorus. Where is the Justice Department? Like, where the fuck is the Justice Department? These people should be indicted. Like, legitimately, they should be indicted. Or tell others they're members of the program without Chorus's prior express consent. They also forbid creators from disclosing the identity of any funder and give Chorus the ability to force creators to remove or correct content based solely on the organization's discretion if that content was made at a Chorus organized event. So in other words, you're giving up editorial independence, you're pushing propaganda, and you're keeping it secret that you're doing so. There are some great advantages to housing this program as a nonprofit, Graham Wilson, a lawyer working with Chorus, said to creators on a Zoom call. It gives us the ability to raise money from donors. It also, with this structure, it avoids a lot of public disclosure or public disclaimers, you know, paid for by blah, blah, blah that you see in political ads. We don't need to deal with any of that. Your names aren't showing up on reports filed with the FEC. The goal of Chorus, according to a fundraising deck obtained by Wired, is to build new infrastructure to fully fund independent, progressive voices online at scale. Full lie. These people are not progressive. They're fucking shills. The creators who join the incubator are expected to attend regular advocacy trainings and daily messaging check-ins. The creators have to attend 2 Chorus newsroom events per month, which are events Chorus plans, often with lawmakers. This is campaign, like, this is clearly illegal. This is clearly illegal. Elizabeth Dubois, an assistant professor at a university research chair of politics, communication, and technology at the University of Ottawa, who has researched the ways influencers are shaping the U.S. political system, says that we are seeing influencers being pulled into these dark campaigns or shadow campaigns where the legal aspect is murky at best. I would support a federal task force to indict everyone who participated. I'm not kidding. Like, I think anybody who did this shit should be in prison. You violated campaign finance law. You're being bribed. It'd be one thing if they disclosed it, like, hey, I'm being paid by the DNC. That's fine. If you're getting paid by the DNC and you disclose it and it's reported, that's fine. But having secret groups that are bribing people and controlling their messaging secretly, that shit should not be legal. Sometimes it's clear that influencers are being used to, for example, evade spending limits. I think that we need to remember that for a democracy to thrive, we need transparency around who is paying for political messages. Exactly. This is fucking criminal. The chief executive of the Markula Center for Applied Ethics at Santa Clara University said the outline of restrictions violate ethical norms. Oh, Olivia Juliana is not ethical? Who could have known David Pacman wasn't ethical? If the contract for getting money from interest group says you can't disclose it, then it's pretty simple. You can't take the money. We're living in an era where a lot of powerful people have basically taken the rule book and thrown it out the window. Keith Edwards, a Democratic content creator who has skyrocketed to fame on YouTube since starting his channel last year, was not invited to be part of the program, but believes that the way it was structured seemed predatory. He says that he would never agree to take part in a program that was run in secret or wouldn't allow him to disclose funding. The influencers were offered the funding were given just days to sign the contract, which was essentially presented on a take it or leave it basis. At least one cohort was specifically told they could not have their lawyers redline. In the group chat forum to discuss contract negotiations, some creators discussed a clause prohibiting the disparagement of other creators. Not being able to criticize anyone else affiliated with Chorus felt restrictive to some, according to text messages posted to the chat. Keith Edwards is a former Lincoln Project guy who's grifting as a Dem. Amazing. Eventually, the creators in the group chat agreed to drop the issues they had. I think Chorus out to screw us. Orleans, a creator, was offered $8,000 per month, said in the group chat. Some influencers for Chorus Creator Program were offered as little as $250 per month. Others were offered membership into the Amplifier cohort, which provides up to $8,000 per month. In 2018, the 1630 Fund provided $141 million to more than 100 left-leaning causes in order to bolster Democratic support during the midterms. The fund distributed more than $400 million in 2020 and was used in efforts to unseat then President Trump and Republicans. 2022, it spent $196 million backing state ballot measures on abortion rights. So this is oligarch shit. This is oligarch shit. Holy fucking hell, man. We need a new party. We need a new party, man. Like, Good Influence was founded in October 2020 by Stuart Perlmutter, the former communication director for Representative John Yarmouth of Kentucky. Perlmutter co-founded Chorus with Democratic influencer Brian Tyler Cohen. I fucking knew it! Destiny Orbiter! Brian Tyler Cohen. Oh my fucking God. Again, another guy who doesn't mention the genocide. Good news in politics, guys.
Good news from the week from me and a couple of friends.
Former North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper officially announced that he's running for Senate in 2026. This is a man who has never lost an election since he entered politics in 1986. Let's go.
We got a lifelong centrist moderate politician running for Senate who will vote down Medicare for all. Yay! Another lifelong politician.
A man who admitted to being a fascist during a debate with Mehdi Hassan was fired from his job.
Yeah, we're cooked. We're fucking cooked. We're fucking cooked. So many people are so easily bribed and they produce just absolutely nothing of value. We're so fucking cooked. Chat, this is a perfect time for me to chill because I am an independent media who is not being funded by the fucking DNC. If you enjoy this type of content, if you want an actually independent content creator to succeed, please consider supporting the stream by subscribing. People are being paid thousands of dollars to make the most boring TikToks and Instagram posts you've ever seen in your entire life. Do you guys recognize any of these names? I'm just this fucking out of touch. Liberal content creator. This is just Rachel Maddow for Zoomers. Why do people like this shit? Somebody help me. I've seen Aaron Parnas' name only because he works for Midas Touch. And I've only seen him talk about it in the very vague breaking news kind of way, not in any meaningful way. Yeah, he's fucking trash. How is this like, it's fucking insane, man. These people are soulless freaks. Who likes this shit? Spihar and other content creators have accused Chorus of attempting to establish themselves as gatekeeper to Democratic political leaders. What we need is for people to invest in independent media, and that doesn't necessarily mean investing in a consulting group that is going to become the middleman for independent media. This is totally right. Still, some creators heard about the 1630 Fund and Chorus funding initiative and applied to join. One creator named Chesko, who goes by the Speech Prof online, appealed to join the program because he viewed it as an opportunity to get access to people that have funding or backing and an actual research I could use, he says. These careerist scum are actually... Don't give me power, chat. Don't give me power. Do not give me power. Do not give me power. I would form a special task force to find everybody who applied to this shit. Unfortunately, he wasn't accepted and he was rejected. The structure of the program highlights the vast differences between how Democrats and Republicans attempt to amass online influence. Republicans have spent decades building up a powerful independent media ecosystem, though the far right-wing influencer world is far from transparent. Stephen Buckley, a digital media sociology at St. George's University of London, said that these sorts of programs have been happening in the right wing for ages. It is ethical to match the tactics of your opponents. Democrats miss the next generation of media. Historically, they own Hollywood, but this next generation of influence is digital, and they've miscalculated that. I don't think they feel comfortable in arenas where they lack control. Exactly because they don't support what the base supports. They don't support what the base supports. They are anti the base. They hate their fucking base. They know what you're talking about, Gaza. So they only find the most sociopathic freaks who hate you. Like, you have no idea how much I hate these people. And the other thing is, chat, they really hate me. These people really despise me. David Pakman, Brian Tyler Cohen, Olivia Juliana, they actually hate my guts because I'd be like, hey, have you considered not being a piece of garbage? Have you considered trying to, I don't know, speak out on an issue instead of just trailing the Democratic Party, you fucking sycophantic freak? They know who I am. They hate my guts. And so by supporting me, you give them a big middle finger. Mike, have you considered that they sign non-disclosure clauses for $8,000 a month? Like, I want to show you guys some of their content. If you want to understand how little juice this actually has.
One of the first papers I wrote in college was how about the most American thing you could do was to burn the American flag.
1,000 likes.
Let's call it what it is. Say this about Gavin Newsom. The brother looks presidential.
If you think Gavin Newsom looks presidential, I think you absolutely are one of the dumbest people I've ever seen. He looks like a used car salesman. He looks like one of his veneers are about to fall out if you hit a pothole in the, you know, fucking underpowered old Corvette he's trying to unload on you that has, whose the entire underbody is one chunk of rust. If you like Gavin Newsom, you are legitimately a stupid piece of shit.
The nickname you have been given on social media, which is Gavin Newsom.
I didn't hear that. I only hear new scum.
I want you to understand something, chat, is that these organizations, this kind of social media effort is so astroturfed and so fucking doomed to fail that we are legitimately going to end up in fascism. If people settle for Olivia Juliana, we may not have another election. Nobody's getting off the couch for Gavin Newsom and Olivia Juliana. It's not happening. I made a TikTok on this shit, on the influencer money.
Angrier than you are about the dark money that's being spread on TikTok. These people are not just innocent creators that are trying to make a living making political content. This is a direct effort by the donor class of the Democratic Party to shut you and I up, that they want to silence us, they want to censor us, and they want to shut us up. The Democratic Party and their aligned dark money group are trying to turn social media into cable news number 2.
This is the reality of what's going on. These dark money influencers, this is exactly what is being bought. All right. This is what is being bought. They want these Dem influencers to be silent when they want them silent. There's a reason why it's only people who don't speak on Gaza that are in that group. Do you think Israel is committing a genocide or not? Yes, 50%, no, 35%. So it's a massive majority position of all Americans. The majority of Americans think Israel is committing a genocide. Not just Democrats, not just lefties, the majority. And if you look at Democrats, 77% of all Democrats, that's old fuckers think there's a genocide going on in Gaza. The fact that these guys could be out there and not say it, that means they are fucking fringe and they are disgusting sellouts and they're freaks. I'm not against, and I want to make this very clear, I'm not against some sort of group of people trying to create a program to have influencers work together or whatever. That's normal. Who gives a shit? What isn't normal is getting dark money, making secret contracts, and only giving it to people that are the most sycophantic toward the Democratic Party. That's not independent media. That's dependent media. That's not journalism. That's not commentary. That's propaganda. And if you want that, if you think that, then you disrespect your fellow man. Holy shit. Most Americans see famine in Gaza, blame Hamas. 18 to 24-year-olds back Hamas over Israel in the war. Oh my God. 60% of young Americans supported Hamas over Israel. Not Palestine, Hamas. Oh my God. The more dystopian aspect is that Brian Tyler Cohen calls his legion of content creators pro-democracy. Yeah, what a fucking disgusting. He loves Destiny. As of November 19th, 2024, he appeared for long discussions on Destiny stream. He was trying to promote Destiny up until the point that the revenge porn came out. Look at all he's got 3 long appearances. He was trying to push Destiny.
If I start to run into
the Twitch adpocalypse. Oh, in between harassing Hassan, Brian Tyler Cohen was happy to appear on stream. Cool, man. Hey, man, in the middle of a project to deplatform pro-Palestine creators, there's Brian Tyler Cohen. There's Brian Tyler Cohen. Happy to join Destiny's Sex Pest stream. You know who else is happy to be on Destiny stream? David Pacman.
It is great to welcome back to the program today, I believe, the most prominent Cuban-American Politico/game streamer in the world, Stephen Bennell II, known to so many as Destiny. Stephen, it's so great to have you on. I really appreciate it.
These guys are evil sons of bitches. The only time he mentioned Gaza was to say you should ignore it. For those who would use their vote to punish Biden over Israel-Gaza inflation, this is in June! This is in June! Tell Biden to change his mind! Just say, Biden, stop doing the genocide! You fucking worm!
Influencers.
I'm sorry for losing my mind and yelling like an insane unhinged freak, but the Palestine issue is one that gets me really fired up. I can't stand seeing children starve to death using my tax dollars while there's so many problems here in our country. And I just can't tolerate that. I can't let it go without saying something. And the fact that people are willing to take just a piddly amount of money, $8,000 a month, to keep their mouths shut about the worst crime that has been committed in my lifetime is absolutely disgusting. It makes my blood fucking boil. 85% of the people killed in this war by Israel's estimates are civilians.
$1,000 a month to push the party line. All they have to do is keep it secret and agree to restrictions on their content. Literally nothing in this statement is true. The article is about Chorus, which is a nonprofit that I helped found to build up a creator ecosystem.
By the way, just because you create some sort of middleman to take dark money doesn't mean you're not being funded by dark money, you fucking rat. These are the people that are going to save our society. These are the people that they're going to build their livelihoods on dark money, and then they're going to get into power and regulate dark money.
Scholarship program to teach creators how to grow their accounts, foster engagement, launch their own shows, and become profitable on their own.
Profitable by taking money from genocidal Zionists. Great, man.
Incubator program to build the pro-democracy ecosystem. The right has been doing this for years, and the left needs to catch up.
You're not the left. Stop calling yourself the left. Stop it. You're not the left. Stop it. You're not a left-winger. You're not anti-capitalist. You're not anti-genocide. You're not anti-imperialism. You're not left. In what way are you left?
Chorus does not pay creators for content, does not tell them what to say, does not control who they talk to or work with.
There is a clip when Sean the Black was on Hassan's stream. I wanted to show you.
You know the crazy part about that, specifically from like the influencer side of it? They were offering influencers like thousands of dollars in order to post only good things about the IRA. And if you were like, hey, I'm going to be a little bit critical in my video, and they'd be like, oh, you're critical, you don't get the money. And so if you see influencers that are like, this is why I always say, if you see influencers that are unable to be critical of Biden to any degree, there is a good chance that through some maybe proxies or organizations, they're getting paid to say the things that they are getting paid.
So that's what they want to create. They want to create an ecosystem of people that are just bot shills, and they want to promote shills. And they want to create some sort of like ecosystem of left punching, because people who actually care about policy are going to criticize it. They're going to criticize, right? Like if I look at the IRA and I'm like, wow, this does more to help the oil and gas industry than it does to help the renewable energy industry, and I start criticizing it, what's going to happen? All these shills are going to say, you're making perfect the enemy of the good. Oh my God, we have to pass something. Nothing is ever good enough for you people. And they're going to they'll attack me in a coordinated fashion. They'll dogpile me with their parasocial audience. And so we will not be able to exert any kind of discourse or pressure to make policies better. That's what they want to create. They want to create an ecosystem of Democratic Party shills to discipline the party to the right. That's the plan.